Have you ever looked up someone's phone number in a phone directory? Or used a directory listing at a shopping mall to find a specific store? A directory server essentially provides the same functionality. A directory server contains a lookup service that provides mapping between network resources and their network addresses. It's used to organize and look up organizational objects and entities, ranging from things like user accounts, user groups, telephone numbers, and network shares. Instead of managing user accounts and computer information locally on every machine, all that information can be stored on a directory server for easy access and management. The ideal enterprise quality directory server should support replication. This means that the stored directory data can be copied and distributed across a number of physically distributed servers, but still appear as one unified data store for querying and administering. Why is replication important? It provides redundancy by having multiple servers available simultaneously. So there'll be minimal disruption to the service in the event that one of the server explodes. Replication also decreases latency when you access the directory service. By having replicas of your directory server located in each office, you're able to answer directory service queries more quickly. The directory service should also be flexible, allowing you to easily create new object types as your needs change. Access to the information stored in the directory server database should be accessible from a variety of OS types and from the designated areas of the corporate network. Directory services are useful for organizing data and making it searchable for an organization. This is achieved through the use of a hierarchical model of objects and containers. The containers are referred to as organizational units, or OUs, and they can contain objects or more organizational units. This is similar in organizational structure to a file system. OUs are like folders which can contain individual files or objects for a directory service. OUs can also contain additional folders. The management benefits of this structure are pretty clear. Can you imagine trying to keep your music library organized if there was no such thing as subfolders? Crazy! This hierarchical structure can be used to convey additional information about what's stored within. Take your directory structure as an example. You may have an OU called users, which contains all user accounts. Within this OU, there could be additional OUs which represent the actual team structure of your organization. The users OU could contain additional OUs like sales, engineering, and marketing, which include the user account objects for the individuals that belong to these teams. This structure can be used to convey differences between these sub-OUs of users. For example, we could enforce stricter password requirements for members of engineering without affecting sales or marketing. Sub-members inherit their characteristics of their parent OU, so any changes made to the higher level users OU would affect all sub-OUs, including sales, marketing, and engineering. Someone with the responsibilities of a systems administrator, whether that's a system admin or an IT support specialist, would be responsible for the setup, configuration, and maintenance of the directory server. This includes the OS itself, on which the directory service would run. Standard OS management tasks are involved here, like ensuring that updates are installed and configuring standard services. Other responsibilities include the installation and configuration of the directory service itself, so installing the service and configuring any related services. If multiple servers are used in a replication setup, this needs to be configured too. It's very likely that the hierarchy and overall structure of the directory itself would also be up to the sysadmin to design and implement. Well, that covers the high-level overview of what exactly a directory service is. We'll dive deep into more specific details later in this course. But for now, let's review some of the concepts we just covered with the short quiz. Then let's meet back at the next video where we'll do a more detailed rundown on how to implement directory services.